Want to understand the U.S.-Iran conflict honestly, you have to reject the simple version. This is not just about one strike, one president, or one crisis. It is the result of history, ideology, regional power struggles, nuclear fears, and political pressure inside Washington itself. The roots go back decades. For many Iranians, the story begins in 1953, when the CIA and Britain backed the overthrow of Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh. This happened after he nationalized oil, a pivotal moment in their history. The US-led coup brought the Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi to power. He ruled as a monarch, and Iran became a key American ally in its Cold War strategy. Then came the 1979 Islamic Revolution, marking the fall of the US-backed Shah. This was followed by the hostage crisis at the American embassy in Tehran. Since then, distrust has not just remained, it has hardened into doctrine on both sides. From the American side, the official argument is clear. Washington says Iran must not obtain a nuclear weapon. It must not expand its ballistic missile capabilities and must not keep funding or arming regional groups. These groups attack US forces, Israel or Arab allies, posing a significant threat to regional stability. That is not just rhetoric from one speech. It is written directly into US policy documents and repeated in official statements. But that is not the whole picture. A major factor is Israel. For decades, Israeli leaders, especially Benjamin Netanyahu, have argued that Iran represents an existential threat. They believe diplomacy is not enough. Reuters reported that Netanyahu had spent about 2 decades sounding the alarm over Iran's nuclear program. This was before the major attacks. Israel did not suddenly discover the Iran issue. It has been pressing Washington publicly and privately for a much harder line for years. Then there is the political machinery in Washington. Pro-Israel lobbying groups and affiliated super PACs have poured large sums into US politics. Reuters reported that AIPAC raised roughly $24.8 million and its affiliated United Democracy Project about $46.1 million in the 2023 to 2024 period. President Biden had received more than $5.2 million in pro-Israel support over his long career, according to Open Secrets data cited by Reuters. That does not mean every US strike is simply bought and paid for. But it does mean that support for Israel is deeply embedded in the political system, and politicians often pay a price for challenging that consensus. So why would the United States attack Iran? Officially, it is about stopping a nuclear breakout. It's also about protecting US personnel, defending shipping lanes, and weakening Iran's ability to project force. Unofficially, it is also about preserving a regional balance of power favorable to Washington and its allies, especially Israel. And for some in Israel, the goal has gone even further, from containing Iran to weakening or even toppling the Iranian regime itself. To be fair, the White House and Trump have publicly denied that Israel talked the US into war, insisting the decision was America's own and tied to the belief that Iran can never be allowed to acquire a nuclear weapon. That matters because influence is not the same thing as command. Israel, Gulf allies, domestic lobbying networks, Pentagon thinking, and presidential ideology can all point in the same direction. This happens without one single actor controlling everything, so the real answer is this. The US-Iran conflict is driven by several layers at once. There is the immediate layer of missiles, proxies, and nuclear fears. There is the historical layer of coups, revolution, and sanctions. And there is the political layer, where Israel's long campaign against Iran and the strength of pro-Israel lobbying in Washington help push US policy toward confrontation. This pushes policy toward confrontation rather than compromise. The most honest conclusion is not that one side alone explains everything. It is that this conflict survives because too many forces keep feeding it. Strategic fear, regional rivalry, domestic politics, and unresolved history. And until diplomacy becomes stronger than those pressures, the cycle will keep repeating.